Yes. Hello.
Hello. Good evening. I think we have moved out of, what was it, Scorpio, and I think we have moved into Sagittarius. All right. To begin, stop fighting me. You do this every time. All right. To begin, November 28th, day of the Sagittarius. A Mr. Nibs Carter, bassist for Saxon. He's been on every album since 1989's Rock and Roll Gypsies. He was born November 28th, 1966. Happy birthday, Mr. Nibs. And next we have a Mr. Matt Cameron.
Woo!
No? Yeah.
Yes.
Drummer for Pearl Jam in 1998 and Soundgarden before that in 1986. He was born November 28th, 1962. He's 53 years old. Happy birthday, Matt.
Yeah.
Oh, there's more about him. He also was in a side project called Temple of the Dog with friends from Soundgarden and Pearl Jam. Also part of a band called Hater. Also part of Queens of the Stone Age and Smashing Pumpkins as guest drummer. Yeah. This guy was busy. And then yesterday, the 27th, we had a very, very special birthday. Mr. Jimi Hendrix. Hendrix! My old shirt, Hendrix. November 27th, born in 1942. He was 27 when he died of overdose, choking on his own vomit at the dinner table. He was live. He was actively in the music industry from 1963 to 1970. And next, going back even further, on November 26th, we had a Miss Tina Turner.
Yeah.
She was born. Happy birthday. She was born in 1939. She's 77 years old.
Yeah. Right.
And then to round it off, how could I forget? And before that, on the very Thanksgiving Day, we had Miss Mary Jane's birthday.
Yeah.
Yay!
Wait a second. Hold on. It was Mary Jane's birthday? When was that?
Let me see. What was that? Thanksgiving. Yes, Thursday.
Your birthday was Thanksgiving?
Yes.
All right, Mary Jane.
I was talking to Vagina Rock's mom on that day.
I was wondering, what'd you get her? Because last week I said to everybody, make sure you have a present for Mary Jane next week. What'd you bring her?
Believe it or not, I don't have anything.
You get the gift of getting jerked off by a fucking nurse. And then you don't bring anything for Mary Jane, who's been nothing but the most special, wonderful person in the world.
Show us that nut.
That would make up for it.
A lot of people are saying they want you to just show the nut.
Mary Jane?
No, I saw it last week. I saw it last week. They want to
As
see
much
it.
as a wonderful birthday present that would be, I think that she's saying. I think you should explain to her real quick.
Put it on the table.
What happened?
I don't know. Somehow, last week when I was at the Ding Dong show last week, I said to myself, make sure you get something for Mary Jane.
And then you had me drive
Did
you
he
to a
write it in his
hospital.
notebook? He wrote it in his notebook so he wouldn't forget?
Of course he did, because he brings that notebook every week. Let me see the notebook. Let me see where you put it in
I
there.
don't have the notebook with me.
You didn't bring it again this week.
I didn't call to remind him because
Yeah, so you should call and remind, hey, it's my birthday, don't forget to bring me something. Is that what you're saying?
I didn't mean it that way.
Well, I think that one thing that is very true, I think that, you made some money 2 weeks in a row off that big ball of yours. I think it's only fair that you show everybody now in kind of like a presentational manner where you put the two balls right by each other to show the size difference.
Yep.
Me too.
I think it'd be one way of making up.
Yeah.
See that nut?
How many people think so?
Yep.
Yeah.
Round of applause.
Are you just about done with your? Okay, you wait till she's done with it.
After the birthdays, we get to see it.
Yes.
Okay. To round off this month's birthdays, because the end is nigh, November 30th, we have a handful of birthdays, starting with Billy Idol.
Yeah. Woo. Yeah.
With the rebel, yes, he cries.
Mom, mom. Wait, no, wrong song, right?
That's right.
Yeah, mom, mom, mom. So Billy Idol, followed by blues legend Shuggy Otis, followed by Cherie Curry. It always sounds
Curry.
Sherry Curry. Always sounds weird. Of the Runaways, she was in a few studio albums.
May I ask a question about how you select these? It seems like a lot of heavy metal. Let's say one of the guys in the Backstreet Boys has a birthday. Do you announce that or no?
He'd show up, yes.
He would.
Yeah.
Okay, that seems fair.
The book would show. Tina Turner showed up, and I think Katy Perry showed up, and I think Miley Cyrus showed up once. They're not quite rock and roll.
How about Britney Spears?
Oh.
She's in
She
love with
might
Britney
show up.
Spears.
She's one of
What
my
about
favorites.
Justin Bieber?
What
No.
about Lady
He who shall not be spoken of.
What about Lady Gaga?
Lover.
Bleh.
Who's next?
How about Lady Gaga?
Show us that nut.
All right, a lot of people are really anticipating the nut
They're
being shown for
almost
free.
people, almost.
Come on, Schizo.
Okay.
You showed me.
You paid for it.
All right, is that all we have today, Stardust, or do we have any more?
One more.
One more. Here we go.
I'm Mr. Roger Glover.
Yeah.
From Deep Purple.
Deep Purple and Rainbow before that. He's served as bassist and songwriter, and his most notable project was writing the riff for Maybe I'm a Leo from their album Machine Head, I
Can I
think
ask you a
released
question?
in 1976.
1973, I'm afraid I'm going to have to say there.
3
Number
years.
one. Maybe 72, but I'll even go another one. I think Rainbow was a band that came after Deep Purple, and he wasn't.
It was an in-between project. You see, after the 60s, which is where Deep Purple originally started, he broke off. Richie Blackmore broke off Richie Blackmore is the guitarist for Deep Purple. He broke off of Deep Purple, and he joined with singer Ronnie James Dio and a couple other members, and they formed the band Rainbow in the early 70s.
Yeah.
And then I think they had like 3 albums with Ronnie James Dio, of which I have one on vinyl. And then they moved on. Ronnie James Dio went to join Black Sabbath with Tony Iommi because Ozzy was kicked out. And then I think...
Here's where the confusion comes in.
And then...
You say all these bands, and you say after. So you're telling me that after Machine Head, Rainbow came out. Now, Rainbow came out in the late 70s, too.
I believe they had an album that came out in 73 or
Okay,
74.
but 73 that you just said, he was part of Machine Head.
No, that was the album of Deep Purple that came out.
I understand that.
And then as a side...
Which came out in 72, 73, in that era.
What label?
Don put Rainbow
Good question.
on my
Yes,
iPod.
but
That's great.
It
I like
is.
listening to that.
Since you've been gone.
Yeah.
Since you've been gone.
That's later, Rainbow.
Right, but I'm saying 1972, 73 was when Machine Head came out.
I saw
It was
Black
Rainbow.
Sabbath.
No, I'm saying, but that was Machine Head.
Yeah.
I saw Black Sabbath Heaven and Hell.
Okay, we're not talking about that. We're talking about Machine Head coming out before he was in Rainbow.
I have Machine Head video.
You do not.
I do have Machine
I don't
Head.
prove it.
I have it. Me and Steve watch it.
No, everything's you and Steve.
Steve and I watched Machine Head video and Black Sabbath Paranoid video. I have several videos.
Can somebody look up on Wikipedia
What do you want us to look at?
discography of Deep Purple?
Yeah. In
Then
correlation to Rainbow.
Then we will look into Rainbow. So you're saying it was before 72, 73.
That was Deep Purple. And then
No,
Richie
I'm
Blackmore
saying
left and
that
made Rainbow.
I'm saying, well, let me ask you this. Because your whole thing involves birthdays, can we bring up, for the first time ever, somebody that was in your birthdays of rock and roll, who she is in the band, the Barris Kennedy Overdrive. Give Mary Jane a nice hand.
Bravo.
And for the first time ever, let's all wish her a happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
I'll sing it in French.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jane. All right, Schizo, get your ball ready. Happy birthday to you. Okay, set them down, set them down. Set it all down. No, Schizo, no, wait a minute. No, pull your ball out. Pull your testicle out.
Get your camera ready.
All right, hold on. All right,
Is she tree?
wait a minute. Let me get this. Get your testicle out. Is that ready to be shown?
So you can see the testicle behind the candles?
Yeah, we're gonna make sure
I'm
that's
gonna
the shot.
face this way. Tell me when.
Okay, pull the testicles out.
Get them locked down.
Come on, put the whole testicles out.
Tell me when. Tell me when.
And go.
Yes. Yes.